Recognizing the spectacular advances that have taken place in neuroscience research over the past 25 years, the United States declared the 1990s to be the decade of the brain. Neuroscience research holds infinite possibilities for greater understanding of how the nervous system works and for treating and preventing nervous system ailments. In 1998, the study of neuroscience reached new heights with the STS-90 NeuroLab mission, which journeyed into outer space to explore inner space, the workings of the mind. Crew members conducted research on 26 experiments by 8 scientific discipline teams, exploring all aspects of a huge neurological puzzle of how the microgravity environment affects the nervous system in humans and animals. It is estimated that over 500,000 Americans have trouble providing an adequate blood flow to the brain, with fainting being one of the symptoms. Data from the NeuroLab studies may provide insight into these syndromes, which could improve the treatment of patients suffering from blood pressure-related diseases. Understanding how the nervous system adapts to microgravity and then readapts on Earth may help develop treatments for individuals with neurological disorders such as Parkinson's disease. The NeuroLab mission studied sensory motor response, the ability of the central nervous system to accept and interpret new stimuli in space, and used a virtual reality helmet to study responses to a variety of visual stimuli to aid in further understanding of how the brain balances information it gathers from the eyes, inner ear, and joints. In addition to helping patients with vestibular problems, this technology could also be applicable to the design of flight simulator and virtual reality vision systems. More than 12 million Americans over the age of 65 suffer from balance disorders, and 1/2 of the American public will experience a balance disorder at some time in their life. Using a rotating chair to stimulate the inner ear balance mechanisms, researchers were able to accurately measure eye movement in all directions to provide better understanding of how the brain interprets information from the vestibular system. Experiment results may contribute to the design of more effective rehabilitation procedures for patients on Earth with severe inner ear disease. Fatigue, whether from lack of sleep, jet lag, or shift work, may reduce effectiveness at work or increase the risk of an accident while driving a car. By measuring respiration, brain waves, oxygen content, and body movement, researchers hope to better understand the causes of sleep disruption and develop improved countermeasures to help Earthbound populations suffering from sleep loss. This study has also resulted in a technical advance, with the portable system developed to record these measurements during NeuroLab, allowing sophisticated sleep studies to be performed at home rather than in a hospital or diagnostic laboratory. By working in the critical window when the brain is still developing, the mammalian studies in NeuroLab are helping to answer the questions of whether the brain develops normally when change is induced during its development. And do mammals that develop in microgravity have normally developed muscles? These answers will increase our understanding of the impact of premature birth on the muscle development of infants, as well as aid in the development of treatments for individuals suffering from childhood neuromuscular diseases such as muscular dystrophy. Life evolved in Earth's gravitational field, and when the gravity load is reduced, as it is in space, the nervous system is challenged. The brain must relearn many tasks to compensate for this new environment. The fact that people can function well in space shows that the nervous system can compensate effectively. This is accomplished through neuronal plasticity, the way nerve cells rewire to compensate for disease, injury, or a lack of gravity. NeuroLab experiments on vestibular adaptation and circadian rhythms will allow insights into treatment of balance disorders, insomnia, and mental disorders. Investigations focusing on the development and functioning of the gravity receptors in snails and fish could shed light on the causes of motion sickness experienced by astronauts in space and people on Earth. A technological benefit of this experiment is the potential use of an electrode used to record nerve impulses in the oyster toadfish, which may one day be used as a connection to the nervous system in people with deafness caused by hair cell damage. The importance of the environment and other external stimuli, such as gravity, was studied on nervous system development. Insects, such as crickets, serve as useful models because their central neurons can be easily identified. This will help determine how much of our normal development is pre-programmed in our genetic code and how much can be modified by our environment and experiences. NeuroLab, through its intense examination of the nervous system, will contribute key pieces to the space life sciences puzzle. It will offer new views of how the nervous system works, both in space and on Earth. In addition, the results of the research will form a basis for neuroscience to be carried out on the International Space Station. In effect, NeuroLab will play a significant role in leading NASA's life sciences research into the next millennium.